Hi everybody, Diane here from California Tea and Herbal, and happy 2019. We all made it into 2019, and now I look each new year at the kind of the bend in the road, the two ways to go, and that's just how I tend to evaluate which path do I take, and I look at the results. And so I've been looking at my YouTube stats, and I've been trying to figure out which direction I should go in. And I need your help. I need you to tell me what you'd like to see for this coming year, and what you like, what you don't like, what more you want to see, less you want to see of. And so here's what I have kind of evaluated from what the numbers are on the videos. The most popular video, I believe, is a really choppy one I did called how to start a tea business. And if you look at it, it really doesn't have a whole lot telling you how to start a tea business. It almost was like a practice one for me to learn how to work the camera and talking to the camera, and I kind of threw it up there, and you know, it did well, relatively speaking, our numbers, it did well. And then the others that did well were familiar subjects like how to do a chai latte, how to do a London fog, was monkey picked oolong did fairly well. That's something that you people were pretty familiar with if they shopped at a chain that used to be here called Tivana, a national chain. And so it seemed that familiarity played a big part in the success of the videos. Now, I could be evaluating that wrong, so again, I need your input. Let me know, because my channel is not monetized and I don't make money from these. So it's not, you know, how can I get more views to make more money? No, it's how can I make my channel better? And how can I make more interesting, pertinent videos? If I need to improve in any area, just tell me. Now, the fact that that one video did so well, that was choppy, but it was, you know, it was about, kind of about us more than anything else. And maybe that says you need to tell people a little bit more about us. And so let me tell you quickly that my husband's career started in electronics, but I've always been an entrepreneur. And when we met, I had a medical transcribing business, which my husband really wasn't fond of, and he urged me to look in other areas. And so I began to look around, and as I was doing so, he and I were buying like an old place and fixing it up and moving, and so we kind of got into that rehabbing or selling, living there for a little bit, and then moving and doing it again. And that was fun. And so I decided, well, actually he said to me, why don't you get a real estate license? Which I did. I then got my broker's license, and when we moved down here to Southern California, we followed my parents down here to be near them, and so we opened a little brokerage here. And then in, well, let's say when the real estate market sort of fell apart, we again said, well, let's look around for something that we might you know, enjoy more than real estate. And it was at that time, my husband he's always been an inventor, but he had come up with some really cool products. Let's call him a product developer. And so he said, why don't you see if you can sell these products? You like them. So after lots of hard work, we were able to get into Walmart and Kmart, and I would say most major grocery chains and distributors, large and small distributors. However, Kmart at one point went bankrupt, and that was not fun. And then also one of our big distributors went into bankruptcy. And so Walmart was very difficult to work with, and they were, you know, they could go to China and get things made cheap. So, you know, it was like just tiny little margins, and there were just a number of things. So we got kind of in the mindset of, well, let's stay open to looking for something else. And we had put a little bit of money into certain stocks, and I would watch, and they had discussion boards, and people would, you know, you kind of get a feeling of how people were feeling about the stock. And so one day on the Starbucks message board, someone said, why isn't there a Starbucks of tea? And I thought, how could there be? I mean, it's tea bags. What are you going to do with that? Or dust in a jar for instant tea. But it was intriguing to think about, and I decided, well, you know, let's look into what's going on in tea. And that is where I found my passion. It's loose leaf tea or specialty tea, and I found out that here in the US, we didn't do anything with tea. I mean, 85% of the tea sold here is black, and about 85% is iced, and that's it. And it's tea bags. So after about 3 years of really researching, talking to vendors, reading on it, learning as much as I could, a partner and I formed a business. Our husbands got involved, actually, and we opened the first tea store, and it was a well-planned business concept, and we really wanted to do a tea cafe that was very progressive and edgy and wonderful, and that happened, but the business association was not a happy one, and so we kept part of that company. We started our own tea business, and we had wonderful about 5 years of a store here in our town. But at the end of that time, in December of 2012, we had someone who had come in and scoped our store and scoped our location and loved it and wanted to just have that location. Went to our landlord there and said, I'll give you a 5-year lease and double what they're paying. And we were offered that same deal. It was no deal. And so that is when we decided to go online and to sell online. And that was California Tea and Herbal. And that's where you come in, because a few years down the line then I started the YouTube channel. So that's a thumbnail sketch of us. And I would very much now like to hear from you. What do you want to see this year on this channel? And I want to thank you very much for watching our videos. Really appreciate it. Asking you to please subscribe if you haven't. If you like videos, please do like them. I get tired of people saying this, but honestly, I get these emails from YouTube, and it's important to them. When they see likes or when they see comments, even bad ones, anything, let's just put it this way, they like you a lot better. So I would like to grow this YouTube channel and have more people see how wonderful loose leaf tea is, and how much fun it is, and how delicious it is. So I'll be quiet and say goodbye for now, and then next time we'll come back with a recipe or an informational video on tea. Thanks again. Bye for now.